Joining me now from Reston, Virginia, from the Media Research Center, Director of MRC-TV, Eric Scheiner. Eric, the leftist radicals of the NAACP would no doubt probably approve of what they're talking about right now in the Windy City, which is a socialist, Marxist, anti-constitutional piece of ideology.
Yeah, the universal basic income. This is coming from an alderman, Amaya Pawar is his name. And he's got 36 co-sponsors on this plan to give people, it's a test market, 1,000 people in Chicago, $500 a month. And the idea is to give it to them with no strings attached because, I love this part, the people might know better what to do with the money than the government does. Unless, of course, you don't want to give your money to support giving it to somebody else. In that case, obviously, the government seems to know best, I guess. He's got 36 co-sponsors. It's going to be, if it gets signed by Rahm Emanuel, it would be the biggest city to do a test market for a universal basic income. And guess what? Just the other day, it was Rahm Emanuel's former employer, former President Barack Obama, who said, you know, a job gives more than money, it gives dignity, and we have to look at a lot of different options, including a universal income. So, let's ponder how the vote might go on this.
And they drip with any more hypocrisy there. If anyone is wondering why we need to defund Planned Parenthood at the federal level or any governmental level, look no further than what is happening in New York.
Yeah, New York City, you've heard the leftists over time say Planned Parenthood, it's about an access to women's health care, it's about mammograms, and that's really represented in the latest campaign from Planned Parenthood NYC, which is called Protect Our Freedom to F. I won't say the word. And there's posters, there are campaigns, F everyone in New York City, F anyone you want to in New York City. Because, frankly, that's the message of their bottom line. Yeah. 1 out of 3 children conceived in New York City are aborted, statistically, according to the CDC. So that's exactly the message that Planned Parenthood, who, of course, does get taxpayer dollars, is sending out. And there's a video, there's posters, F anyone you want. As you can imagine, that's exactly the message they would like to get to the youth, because that won't result in more abortions. How could that possibly happen? Exactly
what you would expect from an abortion mill, right? They want women to get pregnant, not to have babies, but to feed the abortion mill. It's disgusting. Media outlets should be a little disgusted, a little bit embarrassed. They may have a little bit of egg on their face over a letter that was apparently circulated to multiple outlets, signed by multiple people in an effort to destroy the president's nominee for Supreme Court.
An anti-Brett Kavanaugh letter saying that the Senate should not confirm him for the Supreme Court, that all that America holds dear is on the line, access to women's rights, things of that nature. Citizens United, corporations would take control of the government if Brett Kavanaugh is confirmed. It was a letter. It was kind of a chain letter, but the problem was it was signed by different people in, the 21 different publications that published it. And we're not talking just small publications. We're talking the Washington Times, the Boston Herald, the Columbus Dispatch, the Dallas Morning News. Plenty of newspapers printed it both in their newspaper, and some had it online. Each with a different signature, making it sound local, as a letter to the editor. This is called astro-turfing. What people try to do is they make it look like it's a grassroots effort and try to get people involved when really it's a scheme. Basically, this is a plot, it's a ploy. Even the White House says, we think Americans are going to see right through this, see it for what it is. They're not even particularly concerned about it, but some of the newspapers are, many of them printing retractions or taking down this editorial.
And obviously you at MRC and your colleagues saw right through it as well. But I believe that in the end, these hearings are going to be pretty vicious, pretty bloody, maybe even make Clarence Thomas's confirmation hearing look tame, unfortunately. Eric, thanks.